All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to do a monthly update on the Maneos Compounding Machine. I started publishing monthly updates and monthly essays on Seeking Alpha. And I would say that my YouTube channel is really, it started at least as an extension of my monthly letter on Seeking Alpha. So I always start these letters with a couple of quotations that I've penned and created that are as much for me as for you guys. And this one definitely applies to this month. The S&P 500 fell 4.8% in September. It was the worst month since March of 2020 during COVID. The quotation is, "There will be good years and there will be bad years, but the compounding will continue on unabated." So you can just get rid of bad years and replace it with bad months for this month. And yeah, and the last line also resonates with this month. The ability to deal with volatility is a superhuman power in investing. Again, this relates to a lot of people having a short-term view, kind of a day trader view versus a long-term investor view. The best book on that would be Jack Bogle's The Clash of Cultures, Investing Culture versus Trading Culture. And then I go down here. This is a video I did on Howard Marks. I finished his book this past month. Then I kind of go on to discuss this idea, and it's sort of beyond investing, the idea of rationalism versus romanticism, the Enlightenment versus romanticism, the idea of that a lot of investors are rationalists, descended from Voltaire, and the idea of the Enlightenment. And one of the things I've tried to fuse with my idea of syncretic investing is to fuse the rational with the irrational. You can look to Euripides' play, The Bacchae. You can look to Camille Paglia's Sexual Personae on her essay on Apollinian versus Dionysian. You can look to the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche regarding that. But it's that idea of the balance between irrationalism and rationalism. And that kind of sets me apart, again, from most investors, because they're supreme rationalists oftentimes. So I discussed that a little bit there. And then what I purchased, I was picking up a lot here at MetLife, Allstate, Unum. Ford was just a little bit of leftover capital. But these three were conscious decisions: MetLife, Allstate, Unum, insurance companies trading at low valuations in a very frothy market. Got these from Guru Focus and Fast Graphs and Zacks, and a lot of my sort of fundamental style of investing here. And then we get to numbers. So I didn't dollar cost this month. My capital in is 607,000. Value right now is $1,020,000, and that fell from $1,088,000. So that's about a $60,000-$70,000 drop, and so that's a great thing to discuss here. So I mentioned that quotation on volatility. I did a video a few days before, "Every day I'm getting richer and richer." Well, on the surface, you could look at this and say, no, you're a liar. Every day you're getting poorer and poorer, because your account value has gone from $1,088,000 to $1,020,000 this month. So, but the way I look at it, it's in a way, it's kind of descended from Charlie Munger. This quotation I use a lot: "The money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting." And you could even replace waiting with the dividend reinvesting, the dollar cost averaging. So what I want to do here is I wanted to pull up TD Ameritrade. So let's see where we are today, though, because there's a big bounce today. So we're about 600 today. So kind of flat start here. Hovered about 615. Again, this particular account was at 650-ish at its peak last month. And let's go to transactions. That's what I want to show. So this is why and again, it's a follow-up to that video, "Every day I'm getting richer and richer." This right here, when I'm scrolling down, these are just the dividends that came off yesterday, 9:30. Okay. And yesterday, the stock market, we were down like 500 points or so. Okay. So it was a big down day, a big sell-off day. But what was happening is I was getting dividends on this day. And furthermore, these dividends were being reinvested. So again, this is a sort of a fundamental, conservative, dividend style of investing. So if you're investing only in tech stocks, well, it's like a baseball card. Value goes up, value goes down. But with dividend paying stocks, they're shooting out cash, okay, whether it's monthly, quarterly, however it's set up. So you can see UHT here, $8. And again, I was purchasing UHT yesterday, so I purchased 0.145 of that. So you see land. Look, this is $46 dividend yesterday from Ship Finance International. I picked up 5 new shares yesterday. S-Dog is a kind of dogs of the Dow style of ETF. DVYE, DSU is a debt fund. So I got 16 of DVYE, 398 of DSU. Everything here relates to compounding. So what I'm showing you is this is the process of compounding. So whether I'm at $1,088,000, $1,020,000, dividends are coming off, they're purchasing new shares, I'm compounding capital. You see LTC, a REIT 957. You see REM 1033, DGROW, that's a dividend ETF 274. Ares Capital, this is a fund that a lot of dividend investors love. Read more. If you also go on, I believe it's like Dividend Bull or Dividend Data is another YouTube channel. He's done a lot of videos on BDCs and so on and so forth. So you see 2117 coming off from Ares. Simon Property Group, $42. I bought that in the panic of 2020. It was trading very low. And let's see, is it showing this dividend reinvest here? We're at 42.63. There it is, a little further down. 131 is trading out. I believe, and I'll check on this, that I was buying Simon Property Group in the 60s and 70s in the panic of 2020. So you can see, and so that picked up 0.3 of a share there. And so you see all these reinvest, the minus, minus 21, minus 42. So some other mutual funds, ETFs, and then this TGNAs for today. So again, I just went through those. It might seem a little tedious, but the reason I went through that whole list is to show you the amount of dividends just in one day. And it was the perfect day for it to happen. And this goes back, Buffett once talked about this idea, and I'll summarize it. He talked about, look, if in your life you're a net buyer of stocks, you should celebrate when the stock market goes down, not when it goes up. And he used the example of, and it's like a perfect like Forrest Gump, Warren Buffett analogy. He talked about, I believe, that in the Buffett household, they love hamburgers, right? They love hamburgers in the Buffett household. So if the price of hamburgers comes down, falls, and they love hamburgers, they're going to be happy. They're not going to celebrate when the price of hamburgers goes up. So in a way, again, if you're a long-term investor, if you're a net buyer of stocks as opposed to like a trader or net seller, when the market goes down, you're picking up all these dividends. It's like just picking up cheaper shares for you, and you're just pushing that snowball further and further down the hill. That's just kind of instructive there. That's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to go through that, and you can see. Let's go back to the Maneos Compounding Machine, Seeking Alpha SA. You can see also, what's cool is I had about $5,028 in monthly income this month, and that's a fusion of option premium, dividends that have come off and are reinvested, and share lending, securities lending. That's something I have with Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers I don't really like their back end as compared to other sites. To me, it's a little antiquated, but they do have a feature that's really unique amongst brokerages, and they have that securities lending. Actually, they call it the Stock Yield Enhancement Program. So if you're interested, you type in Stock Yield Enhancement Program, Interactive Brokers, it'll come up. And basically what's cool is they loan your shares out to short sellers, and they pocket a premium for that loan. They split it with you. So, I might make $70 in a month, $100 a month, $90 a month. So it's not a huge amount of money, but that adds up. That $70, $90, $100 goes back into investments, and it just, again, you're accelerating compounding. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I have a couple announcements I want to hold off on making. I mean, I will say I closed that loan yesterday. I'll get into. I want to do a whole video just on that. So I don't want to say other than I closed it. It was successful, and obviously I'm going to take that money and I'm going to run it in Composer, which I mentioned previously. So I have an announcement regarding that as well. But all right, guys, thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Like, share, subscribe. Over 1,300 subscribers. So really appreciate the attention, the views, and likes. So take care. Ciao.